with the info right on. Okay. 9:30. Yeah, so listen to this, guys. So next piece of information for today, we have Brian Madigan using Coinbase as an example as an xRapid partner. Now, when XRP got listed on Coinbase, I did indeed speculate that, hey, like they may have added this just because they know that they can become an xRapid facilitator, because they are let's face it, Coinbase may have left a bad taste in our mouth, and you guys know for what reason, why, but at the end of the day, it's a large platform. It's got like 13-14 million users. It has the US dollar XRP on-ramp. It's like a perfect exchange for xRapid liquidity. It genuinely is, right? So that's where it's like, hey, all right, if they didn't want to list XRP back in the bull market, but then they decided to list it in the bear market, it's like, hey, they still wanted to get the benefits of XRP, but they didn't want to pump the crap out of the price because it was threatening the almighty Big Daddy Bitcoin. That's why. And again, I kind of feel like numerous entities collaborated on bringing XRP down when it got close to Bitcoin's market cap, because, yeah, they essentially falsified a dump, which caused a legitimate dump. So, just for your information. So, Brian Madigan here actually says the name Coinbase as a xRapid partner example. Let's give this a listen.
They're dealing directly with consumers. We're dealing with bigger companies and banks, but we signed a deal with MoneyGram to help facilitate their cross-border flows. So there's an example of, say, somebody who lives in the US and wants to send Mexican pesos back to Mexico. So the way it works is, through our partnership, we send MoneyGram's flow to one of what we call our sort of originating exchanges. Say it's Coinbase in the US as an example. The US dollars get swapped to XRP there, and then they get sent across border to a local exchange in Mexico, call it Bitso in this example. Bitso then takes that XRP and swaps it into local Mexican pesos, and that consumer, or MoneyGram's end consumer client, will receive Mexican pesos directly. And so we delivered significant cost savings to MoneyGram in that example, significant efficiency, and so that's a real value proposition to a company that's affecting the end consumers, because their fees will be lowered as a result. And so as we scale xRapid on-demand liquidity product, we're launching in new corridors. And what we now need to look at is, okay, before we launched MoneyGram, we were looking at what is the current liquidity of XRP versus USD and XRP versus Mexican peso trading on Bitso at that point, and call it $500,000 a day. Well, if we want to start sending 10 and then getting to 50 and then getting to 100, how are we scaling that liquidity? And so we've been strategically partnering with a number of market makers around how do we establish contracts and incentives for people to want to engage, so that as we send more volume through these channels, there is depth of liquidity in the crosses that we need to support that flow. But the way that we've structured these contracts is such that we leave an opportunity for new liquidity participants to have incentive to enter. And so we're starting to see already, even in the last month since we launched MoneyGram, into that corridor, a number of new liquidity participants are realizing there is a real arbitrage opportunity. We don't have to then pay to incentivize people to make markets, because there's significant volume going through that corridor.
Hence the 25% impulse on the XRP liquidity index with Bitso. So Jenna, what she is saying is about the Q2 report. I think they don't need to incentivize market makers like before, because there's already natural liquidity building up. That is cool. Dude, I'm excited. Like, this is, did you just hear like that was just beautiful. Like, they have the plan. They know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing here. Sebastian says, what about BitTrue as an xRapid customer? So, BitTrue right now is actually currently working on integrating into their platform the XRP to the Singapore dollar pair. Because as we know, Southeast Asia is one of the largest developing regions for RippleNet. So BitTrue being an exchange in like one of the big crypto hubs, Singapore, if BitTrue can successfully, which I think they will, they've already stated that they are working towards getting this fiat pair established, and BitTrue wants to become an xRapid partner. Like, that's one of their goals. They've clearly already said that. I believe they said that publicly too. All right, so yeah, I think we're all good on that front. But yeah, if BitTrue can successfully build up a fiat on-ramp of XRP to the Singapore dollar, I mean, Bitrue could become the standard for people buying crypto in Singapore, and they could build up a hell of a lot of liquidity on the Singapore dollar, because find me one exchange right now with the Singapore dollar that has sufficient liquidity. See what I mean? So Bitrue seriously has an opportunity there to capitalize on the Singapore dollar XRP corridor. That's going to be pretty awesome. So yeah, they're working on that right now. Alrighty. Oh my God, we got a lot more news to go over. And by the way, guys, we are 41 minutes into the stream. We got over 1,000 people tuning in today. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate it. Seriously, thank you guys. What's missing is market takers. Well, that's what bull runs are for. You freaking bring in all these average Joes. They're taking the liquidity, man. Oh, man. Okay, just real quick. I know I've already talked about this a lot. I know I'm going to get called out for being a hype man, but I mean,